I would ride with him then. At least I got a ride.
Yeah.
To get to school.
And that was in Albion?
No, Browns.
Oh, you had to ride to Brown School.
Yeah, we had a high school down there too. We had a full school down there.
Okay.
When I went to school.
Yeah.
We had grade and high school. We had a basketball, we had a gym, and we had a basketball team, and we had about everything, but then that's the trash man.
Oh.
He's going back, I guess.
Going up the hill now. Did they tear that school down now yet? The old
I don't
schoolhouse?
know. I think it's still there. I'm not sure, but I really don't know.
It's been getting bad.
Whether,
I think they may have tore it down.
well, they probably have to if they either that or it'll fall down.
Now, were you living here at that time? Or
When I was going to school, yeah.
in this house?
Mm-hmm. This is where I was. This is my folks' house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My dad built this house.
Okay.
They lived when he got married. They lived there in a house down there on the corner, across from Bailey's outfit, and then they built this. And then his dad gave him 60 acres here when he got married, and then no house, no barn, no nothing here. So he built the house, and what he did with the barn, they had a barn up here on Grandpa's place, and they moved it down here, moved the barn down here.
Really?
And so he had a barn until he decided to build a barn, and he really built a big barn. I mean, it was extra big for what they build now. And then we've been here ever since. It's changed a little bit, but
Right. I thought Grandpa, or Junior, built this barn. The one that's out here now.
yeah, he built that one.
So
Yeah.
the barn that your dad built was... Well, that was up on the hill, though, wasn't it?
No.
Or was it tore down, or...
The barn that was here when my grandpa had it was a great big thing. It had two driveways through it, one driveway through it, and then one driveway through it, and then had bins for the corn, and they instead of having bins, you know, like they have now, they had in their barns they put their wheat and their corn, stored it.
Right.
They had places in there where they stored it. On one side was where all the horses and the cows were, and then they had a driveway, and then they had bins. They had another driveway, and then on the other side was the corn crib.
Okay.
All in one barn.
Right.
It was a big barn. Well, everybody had big barns back then. That's where everything was. We didn't have cribs, and we didn't have all this new stuff they have now, you know.
Right.
Everything was in the barn.
Now, I remember there's a building just on the other side of the shop that had Junior Nelson written on it. Is that the
Oh,
one?
yeah, that old building, yeah.
That's not the one you're talking about.
No.
Okay.
No, this was,
I've never seen any pictures of it. That's what I was wondering.
well, there were several barns were built like that back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether the Lippers had a barn up here, but I don't think they have their barn anymore.
Because Roby's got a big barn up there, too.
Yeah, he does. But it was a little bit, it was more modern than the one Dad had here. I don't know whether Grandpa built that or I don't know what, but anyway, that's where they stored all their wheat. You had bins for their wheat, corn, and through the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
They put the wheat and the small grains in the middle, and then on the side they had where you could put your corn. It was nothing but a crib.
Right.
But that's all you had back in those days. You didn't. After before they started getting farming big.
Yeah.
Those little bins didn't hold anything then. But
That's right.
that's how we started out. And then the hayloft. Us kids would climb up the ladder and get into the hayloft. We get up in there, and it was a big barn, but that barn burned.
Mm.
One night when we were sitting here, I don't know, it was in the fall of the year, and I think everybody was here and looked out there, and that barn was on fire. Some kid down here was setting barns on fire.
Really?
Yeah, he was down in south of Browns. A lot of barns down in there burned. And then all of a sudden we looked out here and that barn burned, and that's the reason why we don't have it now. Some kid, it was Bing Crosby's son.
Yeah.
He wasn't exactly all up here in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so he started, he liked to see barns burn.
Well, if he could pay for it, it'd be fine.
Well, he couldn't.
He could build his own barn and burn it down, build another one, burn it down.
Yeah, we all know who did that, but what could you do about it? Because he wasn't all up here in the mind anyway.
Well, keep them under control.
Mm-hmm. There were some barns down there in south of town that burned, and we still don't. We pretty well know who did it, I think. But I don't know what you could do about it.
You didn't have any video surveillance at the time?
No video. And nobody had any money, so you wouldn't get any money out of it. I presume there must have been insurance on that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know whether Dad had any insurance on that barn or not. But anyway, that's what happened to that big barn. I wish we still had it. It was a nice one, and it was big where you could put your farm machinery in the driveways and leave it, and
Mm-hmm.
and you had all your cribs on one side, and in the middle you had where you had your wheat bins and your corn bins, and then your driveway, and then on that side was your animals, horses and cows, all on one side. It was a big barn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sounds like it.
Mm-hmm. But there's very few. I don't know if there's any of them that's left.
They got burned down.
I think he got most of them. What are you gonna do?
Build another barn.
Well, let's see, Grandpa Langford up here, my grandpa had 3 barns up there. They weren't very big.
Right here on the corner?
No, they were up there on the hill.
Oh,
Where he used to live, up there on the hill. And so they moved one of them down here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we built this barn. That's out there now. Grandpa Langford had 3 barns up there on the east side of the road. They were small.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said after this burn, he said, you can have one of them and you can bring it down here. So that's the way we did it. So we had problems. Everybody has problems. Not just you.
Oh, I thought I was the only one that had problems.
I thought you were the only one.
I didn't know other people had problems.
We all had problems. At least you didn't have any barns to burn.
That's right. That's right.
And the hay and whatever else you had in there went with it too, you know.
Mm-hmm. You lose any animals? Do you remember?
No, I guess the animals got out, I guess, or weren't in there. A lot of times if it was, I can't remember just exactly what time of year that was happened, but horses and cows they'd come in and eat. We'd feed them in.
Yeah, they probably
Feed them
weren't
in the
locked.
barn and then turn them out.
Yeah, they weren't locked in the barn.
They were not locked in there. They
No.
could come and go.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, unless you wanted to lock them in there and just keep them there, but cows. And I always milked the cows in the barn too.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of it. Things have changed for the better. Each time they try to do things better.
Well, except for the government, but other.
Oh, they're the government to
No.
help you, huh?
They don't change for the better. They change for the worse.
I don't know about the government. I tell you what, I don't try to figure them out.
It's hard to figure somebody out that lies all the time. I mean, I'm talking the government in general. They don't want to let you know what's going on because then they get kicked out.
Well, that's about right too. They want you to think they're doing everything right, so you can vote them back in. And not until something big happens, and then we find out that wasn't all what they thought it said it was.
Yeah. Well, I already know that it's not all that what they said it was. I just don't know how bad it is.
Obama is he's no president. I can't see any presidential material in him myself.
But the problem is it's not the president, it's the people.
It's the people that
The people
put him in.
That's right.
Well, the people have gotten to the place where I want a handout.
We're the ones to blame.
I want I want a government that's going to give me what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Without having to do anything for it. And in my day, that was not the attitude of the people. You get out and work and get it, you know.
Right.
But it's got to the place where the Democrats have put the idea into people that the government will take care of you. Well, there are some people that do need help. I'm not saying that they don't, but
Sure.
you're supposed to want to do it. You're supposed to want to make a life for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some way. And work. I don't know. I think some people think that the government will give you a handout, but the government's broke now, so now what are you going to do?
They're printing as fast as they can.
Print money, but they're sure making just when you hear it on TV and on the radio about all the debt that we're in,
Mm-hmm.
and then here you people are going along and acting like everything's just fine. Well, it's not. I can tell you that. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll straighten things out.
Mm-mm.
Don't think so.
No. Things are going to have to go real bad before things turn around, I think.
Well, I kind of believe that's the way it is. It has to get worse before people will wake up.
Yeah.